Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Vegas Views. Dawn Sullivan, Danny Miner, absolutely no meds. I want to thank you guys for logging into a Wednesday show. We're normally filming on Tuesday. We're here on Wednesday for you, so this is exciting. This is fun. Danny, how was your week?
My week was great. I went to the Horseshoe yesterday.
Okay.
Now listen, they do not sponsor the show, and I can't even say the name of the restaurant because it's difficult.
Okay.
I can't remember names like Dan or Jim or Joe, so there's no way I'm remembering this name. But it's the French restaurant right below the Eiffel Tower there on the Strip, and that you oversee the Strip as
you
you're
look
eating.
over.
Yes.
Okay, I have not been there, but I know what you're talking about. The one where you look over. That looks so nice. It was nice?
Yes.
Okay.
We stayed on the Strip last night, and my girl said, hey, where should I make reservations? I told her to make reservations there. We always wanted to eat there.
Yeah.
Let me, honestly, and I'm being honest here, and they don't sponsor the show. Dawn's amazing. I recommend eating there.
Great food.
Oh, awesome food. The French onion soup. Honestly, the best French onion soup I've ever had in my life.
You know I'm a restaurant person. I love my restaurants. I'm always going somewhere. I've never been there. I'm going to go.
And let me tell you something. It's expensive, okay, because it's on the Strip.
Of course.
The French onion soup was $15
for
a bowl of soup, right? But I'll be honest with you, I paid $25. That soup was the best French onion soup I ever had. And my girl got steak. Her steak was great. I'm just a burger guy. I got a burger. It was lunchtime. I got a burger. The burger was, honestly,
so good.
Yes. Honestly, I don't know how I don't go to the Strip and not go there every single time.
Yeah.
That's how good this place was. I'm not kidding you.
So I have to ask, you did another staycation.
You know me, I go all the time.
I love it.
And I was just telling you right before we got on air, you know I do TikTok crime, right?
Yeah.
We are going to start a new TikTok, me and my girl, and we're going to critique things around Vegas and stuff we do. So
More than restaurants or just restaurants?
Restaurants, anywhere we go, we're going to critique.
So cool.
And we started last night with that restaurant, our room, because I got a suite last night, so we critiqued the room.
Wait, I saw that. I just saw clips though, pictures. Where did I see it? Was it on TikTok or was it on
Facebook?
Facebook. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool.
It was really.
Where was that? That looked beautiful.
It was at Horseshoe, believe it or not.
Did they totally redo it?
Yeah. Oh, Horseshoe's nice now. Honestly, the rooms are really nice. The lady was so nice. Says when they see you're a local, they take care of you.
Oh yeah.
She said to me, "Hey, she goes, I can upgrade you for the $20 because you paid $20 to go in your room quicker than 3 o'clock, right? So if you pay, she goes, for that $20, I can give you an upgrade." I'm like, all right.
Oh, that's so cool.
So she goes, you're gonna love this room. So I gave her $10. You know what I mean, as a tip. And when I got up there. Honestly, I was going to go down and give her more money, but she left for the day because that room was... Yeah, she gave us a gorgeous room, tub in the middle of the place. It was
awesome.
Did she know
who you were?
No.
She had no idea who you were?
No.
She was just being nice to you?
Yeah, she was just being nice. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah.
That was awesome.
So, I recommend the Suites at Bally's or Horseshoe now, and I definitely recommend the French restaurant.
I'm going to find out the name, and then I'll plug that name
and then
for you guys next week.
One last recommendation, and then I'm done for the day.
Okay.
If you go down to Hershey...
He's going to tell us more.
If you go down to Hershey Chocolate by New York.
Okay.
We got ice cream sundaes there last night.
Wait, what is
Hershey? Hershey Chocolate has a thing at New York now.
Inside or outside?
Yeah, outside. Well, it's inside but outside. You know what I mean?
Kind of like where the bridge is.
Yes, exactly
where the bridge is.
Where the bridge is,
where you're going into New York.
They have Hershey Chocolate ice cream.
See, I'm down for that.
Oh my God. We got peanut butter chocolate sundaes last night, and there was a guy playing music out there. It was great. It was a great night. We ate the sundaes. It's great, but I used to live. People won't believe this, but I lived 4 miles from Hershey Chocolate World. So
in Pennsylvania.
I'd wake up and smell chocolate. Yeah. I would smell chocolate.
Smelled.
Yes.
Yeah, like insane.
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We had season tickets to the park. We used to go to the park all the time. So it's not.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really nice. You go off work you get off work at 5, go to the park from 5 to 9 because you had season tickets. It was great. So
very cool.
4 miles from Hershey Park. So when I see Hershey on the Strip, it's like home.
I had a pretty exciting week too. So I had a massive audition over at Dream Tracks. We had David Anthony and Mike Jones come through. They were doing a bunch of different roles, about 15 different roles. They picked a lot of my kids. I literally ended up with like 250 people in the building. I was so excited. The turnout was amazing. They loved the talent. It was really, really cool. Something else, same day, I was super, super busy with that, and I get a call Mark Wahlberg is doing promo work at Lee's Liquor, so
Wow.
I sent some of my talent to that. I just wanted to give him a very warm welcome to Las Vegas. We welcome you. We're so excited. We support you in myself, Danny, the show, social media shows, Dream Tracks. We support you in all of your endeavors. I'm so excited about your alcohol line, tequila. I don't drink personally, but I will push the line for you. But thank you for so much for being so kind and so nice to my talent. He was a super, super great guy to these kids.
He seems like it.
Such a down to earth.
Yeah.
Also, not paid partnership here, but either he has a line or he's repping a line called Municipal.
Okay.
But on his TikTok, if you go to this line, Municipal, it's a lot of sportswear. It seems slides, comfortable clothing.
Oh, I like that.
Seriously, like neon colors, bright colors, like the slides. I'm getting them definitely.
Right.
They have like Municipal on the bottom. On the sides, they're like almost like clear plastic, but like the comfortable looking summer plastic.
Right.
So I looked at some of those clothes. I got into the line. I'm like, it's kind of affordable. It's kind of affordable. And I'm like, all right. So thank you for that, Mark Wahlberg. Again, very warm welcome to Las Vegas. We're so glad that you're here. Hopefully you come pay us a visit here. But we support you in all of your endeavors and all you do. Thank you for being so nice to be. Thank you for being so nice to all the guys that showed up to support you in that. Okay. With that being said, I got to rep. My cousin Jen is getting married. I will be leaving to New York again.
Okay.
So back to New York in November, just for about 4 or 5 days. But that's November 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and maybe 13th. I'll be gone. I don't think that's a Tuesday or Wednesday, so we should be safe. My production lady's looking at me like, you're just doing your schedule here now. I just wanted to say congratulations to Jen and Johnny. They're Jen Farrell and Johnny Medina. They will both be Medinas as of the 9th of November.
Cool.
So congratulations. They have 2 beautiful babies together. So
Awesome.
I'm really excited about that. This is my little cousin.
Okay.
My dad's deceased. His little sister, Mary, her little girl. So this is my cousin I kind of grew up with, but we haven't seen each other in a very long time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. When I go to New York, a lot of my trips are for work, for the models and actors, so I don't get to see family. So this is going to be exciting. It's going to be epic. I'm going to have, I know every single person that's blood related to me will be there, so that's really cool for me.
That's
awesome. So I'm excited about that.
Bringing back up with Mark Wahlberg, this city is just blowing up.
Absolutely.
This city, I'm excited to be here. You should be excited that you live here. Mark Wahlberg's here. He wants to bring Hollywood 2.0 here.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, he's excited about being here. I think you're going to have other actors start moving here.
Oh, yeah.
I think this city is just, it's right there. This city is right. We are in the right place at the right time.
Danny, you couldn't be more accurate. And also, the amount of actors that are here already that have just either trained here and trained in LA or wherever and then have moved here. There's so many actors right now that are traveling all over the world for different things. To have something start up here bigger than what we're doing, because there are some studios here. Yeah. It's incredible. It's incredible for the entire community. So we're so excited to have him.
I'm excited for the city. We're getting the A's. I know some people don't want the A's, but listen, you're going to accept them. It's going to be fun.
Why don't some people want
I think people, they're a real bad team. I mean, they're like, seriously, like, I think there's some college.
We're rolling.
I know.
They're really bad. Don't say that, Danny.
I can't?
No, you can say that, but are they really a bad team?
Yes. Like, the worst team ever in the history of Major League Baseball.
Okay, I don't like that though, because we have a bunch of winners. What is happening?
I know. They are like, I'm telling you, there's some college baseball teams that could beat this team. They're that bad. So we are getting a very, very horrible team. But I still like it. We can come back.
Behind him like this right now, like, shut up.
Listen, it's going to be like
must be welcoming
the Bad News Bears. It's going to be the Bad News Bears. And when you get the Bad News Bears, we're going to start winning. It's Vegas, like you said. Any team that comes here, other than the Raiders, because the Raiders are pathetic, they win when they come here.
It's so funny.
I want people to hate me,
It's so funny that you said Bad News Bears, because I said this to my group before we went to IMTA, the International Model and Talent Association, right in June before we went. I said, oh my God, you guys got to get it together. You're like the Bad News Bears. And I had a bunch of 20.
They had no idea what
looking at me going like, what's that? And I'm like, forget it. You guys, you're great. Just whatever. They had no clue. So using that reference is funny to me.
But honestly, all kidding aside, this city is.
Yeah.
I'm glad the A's. I'm different. I like new things. The only thing I hate is this race, but let's not get on that F1 race.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. But the A's coming is going to be great. Now, they're putting them where the Tropicana is. That's where it's going to be. And there is rumor, and I like this rumor, that they're going to shut that area to strip down and have like shops there. Like actually close that corner off. For good.
For good.
And then you could they'll have little stands before the game you could go to and stuff like that.
Where does that leave the traffic coming from that side?
I don't know.
That's a big intersection.
I know. And if you ever go there, it's always packed at that intersection. Rumor is they're going to shut that down, but I don't know what they're going to do.
They'd have to make something overhead.
Yes.
They would have to go over the strip then because
probably.
Yeah.
But it's great. I mean, you're going to have football, and we're going to have everything. And then I don't know if you guys seen, another guy's proposing an NBA stadium on Blue Diamond.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yes, like a $15 billion stadium on Blue Diamond. And he's saying he's not going to need the city's money. I don't know how he's going to do this.
Yeah.
But so they want to build an NBA stadium there and bring an NBA team. This city's ready.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. And Blue Diamond's a nice area. I like it over there.
Yeah.
I think a stadium over there would be cool.
Kind of quiet.
Yeah, it's kind of quiet.
You know what went up so quickly was the Durango Casino.
And that's coming soon, October or something, right?
Yeah, that thing though, it just seems like I drive that way. I'm at my studio and it's like, oh, they're starting. It was like one day I blinked. It's up, the sign's up, the lights are on, the parking garage is done.
Yes.
They have like all the little flowers that they draw in the parking. I'm like, oh my God, it's done already. That it's insane how quickly they built that.
You know what else, Don, is shocking to me? And this city's growing constantly. You got Top Golf, right, over by MGM. Yeah. Have you ever been there?
Yes,
Top Golf. It's really nice. I go swimming over there. It's cool. I swam in that pool. They're building another golf place. Did you know that?
No.
I had no idea either, and it's half up already. It's right next to the Stratosphere. It's going to compete with Top Golf. It's almost the same concept, and they have 145 things to swing and hit your golf.
Where would they put that near the Strat?
It's in that. I guess it's. I saw it online. It's like that land, behind it or something, or on the side of it. But it's right there, a whole golf center.
Okay, we always talk so good about Vegas and so much fun and whatever. Do you know that area that you just mentioned?
Yeah.
They need to do something there. Dig it out.
Yes.
Throw everything there out. That is one of the worst places in all of Las Vegas. If you Google it, I think 1 in 4 people, you'll be a victim. Whether it's robbery, murder, rape. No, seriously, that is one of the absolute worst places in all of Las Vegas.
It is.
So they need to build something that's family friendly there.
And we go to the Arts District sometimes and shop.
Love the Arts
My daughter likes it. My girlfriend likes it. So we walking the shops. They have this. We took my grandson was here from Pennsylvania for his birthday, and we took him. They have a scary store there and restaurant.
Oh,
so it's a horror restaurant and a horror. It was great. We had this. He got to eat, in a horror restaurant with Freddy Krueger and all that stuff.
How old is he?
He is 8.
Oh, that must have been so cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was a grandfather at 46.
It's cool.
46, a grandfather. But I'll tell you what, the Arts District is really being built up.
Yeah.
It really is. But it's still sketchy there. Yeah. It's still sketchy. And the movie theater there is really nice, too.
Unfortunately. I didn't know there was a movie theater.
Yeah, there's a gorgeous movie theater over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's ever since the pandemic, so many areas have gotten sketchy. Yeah. I'm not kidding. I live in a very, very nice area, and literally there's a homeless lady. But this is going to sound funny, but she's a bougie homeless lady.
Okay.
No, she is. She's well dressed. I don't know where she showers every morning.
Right.
She has her little curb. She has an umbrella.
Yeah.
It's not just a cart with all the stuff. She's bougie in my neighborhood. Right. Everyone gives her money. Everyone loves her.
Right.
But so many people after the pandemic seriously just went homeless.
Yes.
I think they ran out of pandemic money.
Yes.
Nobody was working. People were changing their entire career paths, and so many places were just shut down, and people that couldn't work remote and then ran out of unemployment and just lost their homes.
Yes.
So I think the sketchy has gotten sketchier. Middle class people went on poverty level, and those people that were already on poverty level that just had homes are now in all different neighborhoods. It's everywhere where we're seeing homeless, addiction all over the streets. I can't stop at a light going from my house, which is in a very nice neighborhood, to my studio, which is in not the best neighborhood.
Right.
I can't go past one of those lights without 4 homeless people standing.
Oh yeah. And I don't know if you know this, folks. You're looking at about $800 more a month that people are paying now. Could you imagine? So you look at people, more than half America lives paycheck to paycheck. Probably 70% of America lives paycheck to paycheck. And now you're telling them that they got to pay another $800 a month. That's why people are on the street. They can't afford that.
Absolutely.
That's a house. That's a house.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know what we're going to do, but the economy is out of control.
Well, I did see something on my favorite source of all news ever on TikTok. I did. That's my news spot.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
And they hate it that we go there.
Yeah, I know. But on my TikTok, because that's real news. And
Right.
This young lady was saying, and I felt pretty sorry for her. She's 24, 25. Now, when we were 24, 25, we can go and afford a nice little apartment.
Sure.
You can take care of yourself. You can pay your car insurance, pay your car note, have your phone, or
Yeah.
whatever it was. Back then, I don't know, we didn't have cell phones.
No, I didn't have
Yeah.
cell phone.
But okay.
I'm older than you guys.
You pay your bills. Thank you. You pay your bills and stuff like that. Nowadays, these kids with like student loans, and it's impossible for them to even get apartments. And if they're getting an apartment, it's like 7 of them in one small 1 or 2 bedroom apartment.
Could you
is what's
imagine?
happening. No, I couldn't. I wouldn't.
I know. My daughter's the same way. My daughter, she's a therapist.
Yeah.
She got her master's degree. She just got her loan payment. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel bad for her. She did all the right things.
Yeah.
And this college is so expensive.
Nailed it. He just nailed it. You do all of the right things, and
Right.
this is what's happening. So
Yes.
It's our world is changing so rapidly and so quickly. It's not the same anymore.
Right.
And I'm not telling anybody, school's not worth it, blah, blah. I'm not saying that by any means. I'm a total advocate. School, 100%. Have a backup plan. Have 3 backup plans. I mean, to have a side hustle, a front hustle, back hustle, school, all of it. But it is unfortunate because they do the right things. They attend school like they're supposed to. They finish school they're supposed to. And then they get out of school. An apartment's $1 gazillion. They have loans to pay back. They have other bills. Zero quality of life. That worked 20, 30 years ago. It does not work today.
It does
not work. The system does not work. It's broken.
Yes.
And economically, we need to fix it, even if it is just for young people, in your daughter's case, that are just graduated and have to figure out life.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
And she got a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, she started right out. She got a good job. She was only out of college 2 or 3 weeks. But even if you have a good job, it's hard to pay for all of this.
Absolutely.
It's hard to pay for all this.
Yes.
And I'll be honest with you, if I had to do this all over again, folks, I would have just went into business. I had to start up my own business. Because that's the only way that you can guarantee your money's going to come in. I would have started my own business. I really would have.
100%. I knew for a long time that I would never really work for anyone else.
I wish I didn't.
I collab with a lot of people, and I've collabed for decades with a lot of people doing different things and stuff, but I've always been able to maintain, and I'm so grateful, I've always been able to maintain not working really for somebody. I mean, I've had jobs here and there, but it was always like my own thing. We're 2-minute breaking? Okay, we have a 2-minute break. We just overtalked again.
We do.
Oh my God, that was funny today. Someone had texted me something. They're like, "What is it, Dawn and Danny? No meds? It should be Dawn and Danny talk shit." I'm like, Dan and Danny, no meds. Dan and Donnie. Dawn and Danny.
Todd. And then we should. That's going to be my new thing. I'm putting that up.
Yeah,
I'm going to put it up. I am.
Let's go for it. So like I was saying, I was fortunate enough to kind of do my own thing. But yes, to me, owning your own business, having some sort of a creative niche which you can sell something, always being good with people and in sales. That's another thing. After this commercial break, I have to get back to the psychology behind why some people aren't starting their own businesses and pretty much the PR.
Because we're not taught.
It. Well, this generation, we're going to come back.
All right.
Guys, we'll be right back to you. Thank you so much for logging in again. Vegas Views. Love to be with you guys on a Wednesday. Dan and Donnie. Danny and Dawn.
Talking
no
shit.
meds. Talking shit. We'll be right back.
It's a tough market. We get it. Home inventory is at an all-time low. It's a seller's market, and cash buyers have the advantage. Recently, cash buyers made up more than 1/4 of all home purchases. But we have the solution. New American Funding's Buyer Accepted program allows your buyers to compete with all cash offers by becoming cash buyers themselves. Here's how it works. Buyer Accepted LLC, an affiliated company of New American Funding, will purchase your buyer's new home with cash and sell it back to them for the original purchase price, plus a fee that can be added to the purchase of the home once they secure mortgage financing with New American Funding. The best part is that they don't need to sell their current home first. This is a true cash offer. Clients who use our Buyer Accepted program can secure financing using a conventional loan and even VA. Plus, there are no fees for agents and no sacrificing commissions. Buyer Accepted even offers a free 1-hour certification course that will make you the expert. You want to close more deals and help more clients? New American Funding's Buyer Accepted program is the answer.
Traditional TV is going away. Hollywood is starting to fade. People are demanding real stories from real people. Our voices are now being heard in our own way. Podcasts, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok Live are becoming the norm. Internet TV has now reached the highest demand in human history. Social media shows is now the new media of the century.
Got Films is a full-service production company that provides motion picture quality content and production services for use in the film and TV industry. Looking for a seasoned crew, high-quality equipment, or other production services for your film, TV, commercial, corporate convention, sports, news, or interview project? Your search stops here. Some of our projects include NASCAR, American Restoration, Pawn Stars, Counting Cars, Top Chef, BattleBots, Forge and Fire, and Street Outlaws. We have also produced over 60 feature films and documentaries. We're ready for all your needs. Whatever your project, whatever your budget, big or small, Got Films got you. GotFilms.com.
Welcome back, Vegas Views. Dawn Sullivan, Danny Miner, talking shit. All right. See, that one sounded a lot better. All right. So we were just talking about this newer generation now in school and how hard it is for them and economically, how expensive things are, apartments, etc. One thing where I think there's a benefit with the younger generation, the ones that have it in them to kind of have a hustle and get on social media and do something that way, they do have platforms nowadays that we didn't have that are easier to make money.
Yes, that's true.
But from a psychological standpoint, they are not as savvy with human beings as you and I are.
Yes.
You and I can sit together, shoot the shit, shake hands, agree on something, collab something, make it happen, give our innovative ideas. That generation is almost like this, glued.
Yes.
The next best thing on the phone. It's never like interacted with another human being other than on an electronic device. And I think that hurts them in a way because they're programs. They go to school, they learn what they learn, they get out in the real world, but you don't have anything without an actual hustle with people. You have to be able to speak to people, understand people.
Yes.
So if you notice a lot of the people that are successful on social media and these platforms, whether it be TikTok or Instagram, and they're making their money with paid partnerships and things like that, it's because they're out to hustle, they understand and get people, or they have someone guiding them that is like that.
Yes, I agree with you.
So yeah, they're very closed off, and it's nothing against them. They're brilliant. This upcoming generation, brilliant.
And I'll give them this. They accept everybody, this generation. This generation, we grew up in a tougher time where you weren't accepted, you got made fun of, you did.
Yeah.
This generation,
you just made us sound so mean.
I know, but this generation,
you're judgy.
Yeah, I mean, they have some bad things. I'm gonna admit they get offended by everything and they cry about everything. Yeah. But they do accept everybody.
Absolutely,
they're actually better than us.
Absolutely.
I mean, when we were growing up. Yes. So I do love this generation for that. I really do.
When I look at some of the news reports and things going on in the news, and they say the country divided, our country is divided to a point, and there's still going to be racism. There's going to be all that
forever.
But overall, I think they're doing a lot better than our generation.
Oh,
with the acceptance of other people and groups, and you see just such blended. I mean, there was so much like little cliques in school for me. It's like you're with this clique, you're with that clique. The cheerleaders are with this one, this one's with that one. The gay people are with the gay people, and it was just like that. Nowadays, they're a melting pot, and I love that. Yeah, I love that they're a melting pot.
When we grew up, we had names for everybody, right?
Yeah,
you were either
you can't say
jock.
Oh,
okay. What?
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to say anything wrong.
I learned things from my students at Dream Tracks. I learned there are certain things I can't say. I'll say something, and they're like, "That's offensive, Dawn." I'm like, "Is it?" They're like, "You're totally labeling our da 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 da." I'm like, "All right."
I won't get us canceled.
Okay.
I probably could, but I won't.
I worry. Like he doesn't care. I'm the one who worries. I'm like, he's getting us canceled. Then when I watch the show back, I'm like, sometimes I cringe. I'm like, oh, did he say that? So between my cursing and your ability to not give a shit about anybody is going to get us canceled one day. For now, they love us. All right, we're back.
But we were basically in two groups in the 80s. They were called jocks.
Yes.
Jocks and heads. Heads were the druggies, jocks were the athletes.
See, I never heard the term heads.
Yeah, we called them heads.
That must have been your...
I'm older than you, so that maybe that term was...
It was like junkies.
Okay, we called them heads.
You were like... We had a couple of different ones. We had like jocks, junkies, and then like... I'm in New York, so it's kind of like... how do you say it? Like tough guys?
Right.
You know, there's like
I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay, to speak our language, I was
But the good thing about me was, of course, I was a jock. I played all three sports and stuff like that. But I got along with the heads because I took business classes. I didn't take college prep. Yeah. So I was in with all the heads. So I got along with both groups. Both groups liked me. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it was basically two groups when I went to high school. And they labeled them.
I think it's actually pretty cool, not to knock people from other places in the world, but coming from the East, like we are, I feel like I grew up in such a melting pot in New York with so many different breeds of people and so many different things. I mean, I speak a couple of different languages.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
Sheesh.
Yeah. And people would say, well, where did you learn that? And none of that was in school.
Right.
That was just like, okay, I'm a Christian. I speak Hebrew.
Right.
So people are like, how did that work out? I grew up in a predominantly Jewish neighborhood.
Wow.
Everybody was Jewish. I'm not going to be the only kid not speaking when they're speaking.
But you're Italian, correct?
I'm Italian.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're Sullivan, no, Irish too, right?
Well, they say Irish, but I did not 23andMe. What's the other one called? Ancestry.com.
Okay.
And it came back a little bit weird, I'm going to be honest. That's a story in itself. I should actually tell you guys real quick. Okay. My entire life, I was raised to believe that I was Italian, Irish, and German. I think my mom was a little bit Norwegian. Okay, so I do this 3 Christmases ago, I did a Ancestry.com, spit in the thing, comes back 6 weeks later, and I'm like, no, this is bullshit, okay, but it's not, right? So I'm thinking, it can't be, this is like one of the biggest companies, everyone's doing it, and I went through it, and I was like, there's no possible way. So I call my aunt in New York. So she's a little bit older, and she says to me, well, you're definitely your parents' daughter, so don't worry about that. I wasn't worried. She's so dead set that they're 100% Italian.
Right.
They're like from the motherland. Right. There's no way. They even say cheese in specific ways, and they get mad if you don't say it the right way, right? So she's like, no, you're 100% Italian. And I'm looking at all these other things. So I am Italian, but I'm also Russian.
Okay.
Greek. A small amount of Albanian. Norwegian. There was one more European one. I may be slightly English or Scottish, one of those. So it was a melting pot. But I grew up thinking like one thing about my aunt was so funny. She thought like, oh no, we're just Italians. So I'm a little bit of everything, but I grew up in a very Italian community. Like just very Jewish and Italian, but I'm not Jewish.
When I grew up, and listen, nowadays this would not fly. This would get you canceled, okay? But I'm just telling you how it was in my neighborhood, right? And I don't know how it was in your neighborhood. You got the Italians living in one section, the Polish living in the other section. That's how it was, right? Mm-hmm. And I think I told you this before. My mother was not allowed to date my father. My mother was Polish. They felt... And people aren't going to believe this, but Italians were discriminated against.
Absolutely.
They were not white enough, honestly, when they came to this country. That's what it was. And I told you they changed their name when we got here.
Yeah.
I looked at myancestry.com, and in 1871, my great-grandfather came here. Mm-hmm. Our last name was Minero. And they Americanized it to Minor because they didn't want him to have that Italian name. Yeah. So they Americanized it to Minor. My last name, I should be Danny Minero, which sounds way better. I could have went to the top with Danny Minero. Maybe I'll change it. If I get popular, I might get the Danny Minero. But I mean, but anyway, so if somebody came into my house, I swear to God, this is what they got when they came into my house. Are you Catholic? Are you Italian? Uh-huh. Honestly, that's the first question they came. When they would walk in my door, we only like Catholics and Italians here. My mom, honestly, that's what my mom would say. I swear to you. It was like a thing. I mean, she was kidding. Yeah. You know what I mean? But they would say, are you Italian? That was like the first question. But behind
some of those jokes, there's a truth.
There's a truth to it, yes.
You know what? They can't help it, though. That was their upbringing. That was the English men. That's all that they understand and know. Yeah.
And they wanted me, I mean, they weren't strict about it at the end there, but... Yeah. Catholics wanted Catholics to marry Catholics. Yeah, like if you didn't marry another Catholic, I mean it was so strange back then. Yeah. Like my mother actually had to hide dating my father.
Because he wasn't.
Because he was
Yeah,
Italian.
absolutely.
And my mother's father didn't like Italians.
Yeah.
He thought they were no good.
Yeah.
So he didn't want my mom dating her.
Yeah.
You know, so it was just a different world back then.
So now you are 50-50.
I'm Polish and Italian.
Polish and Italian.
Yeah, I'm Polish and Italian. I'll be honest with you. Like, I like Polish food actually more than Italian. Like potato cakes, pierogies. I like all
He
that
says
stuff.
this so low because those Italian people put a lot of pressure on us.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
I'm afraid to say.
he's afraid to say it. He was like, I like the don't tell anyone, because now the Italians are tripping out. They're like, I thought Danny was one of us. So that's so funny, because I said to myself, my goodness, what would my father say right now if he found out that thing said that we were Russian? He would lose his shit. My dad would have been swearing that 23andMe was garbage, Ancestry.com's full of shit. My dad, that's what he would have said. There's no way we're 100% Italian. I don't believe it. There's no way the motherland. He would have done all that. But it's like, no, Dad, I'm a little Russian. No. It would have been, I'm telling you, he wouldn't have believed a DNA test. That's how he was very much like that.
Yeah. It's really crazy, though. Yeah. Did you were you able to see your ancestors how they came there? It's crazy. It's awesome.
It's so interesting. And my mom's side was super, super interesting, because I didn't know much about my mom's side. My mom's side was super interesting too. And I always wondered certain features on my face and stuff like this. And then I Googled like Russian and Norwegian women. They're identical to me. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my goodness, my whole life I'm believing one thing, but we actually look like them, and there's so much. It's so cool. Yeah, I won't even go over any of this with my brother, because I'm like, yeah, hey, let me send you this. He's like, you're full of shit. He's like, that's not okay. Like, people don't accept it, but it is, we are what we are, but old school people don't.
My girlfriend's always like, you're always so proud to be Italian, but we grew up that way. Like, it was in my head. Yes. You're Italian, you're this, right?
Ask you,
Italians are good-looking people. They're this. Yeah. My dad grew up with that. That's why I have such good self-esteem.
Let me ask you, did you ever have the Italian jackets? Like, did you ever have the jackets? Because in New York...
Listen, I wore the horn.
The horn.
I told my girlfriend...
with your name on it. Yeah.
I told my girlfriend I was going to buy one.
Yeah.
I told my girlfriend I'm going to buy an Italian horn. She goes, I will not let you wear that. She goes, you are not allowed to wear that. She goes, you are not embarrassing me, she told me. No, she told me I couldn't wear the Italian horn.
That's hysterical. No, like in junior high school, we had the Italian horn, and we had those black, like, satin, like, bomber jackets, and on the back it was Italy, and you had your name in the front.
Yes.
Yeah, like, we went into the skating ring, and we were like, oh, the Italian people cool. And then you had, like, even your Asian friends who had their Italian jackets. It was just, like, a cool thing to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I relate to the Jersey Shore folks.
Oh,
definitely.
Absolutely.
I relate to them Jersey Shore folks. I mean, that's what we grew up. But honestly, I'm not lying to you. Somebody walked in my house, they were asked if they were Catholic or they were Italian. I'm just being honest.
That's so crazy.
So could you imagine asking somebody that now? Oh my God, you'd be on CNN. Oh my God.
I don't even want
Chris Como would be out there crying.
I don't even want to say what it looked like when I would bring like guys home. There was like 21 questions, but it didn't go to me. It was to my mother. It was my mom's name was Denise. Denise, is he like da 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 da? My mom was like saying all the right things. Like I have no idea.
Yes. That definitely. If you brought somebody home, that was their first question. Are you Italian? Are you this? Are you that? Oh my God.
I have to ask you. I love the shirt. Tell me what this shirt is. This is a
all right. I found this, guys. If you see, I wore this shirt. My hat. It says BeeHive.
Yes.
It's brotherhood, basically.
Okay.
And I got his first name is Patrick. I can't think of his last name right off the hand. The owner of this company.
Okay.
It's called Brotherhood, and he started it out of his van.
No way.
He started this out of his van. And he blossomed into this big company. He has now a store in the Planet Hollywood Mall there.
Okay.
And, it's a little pricey, but the clothing is very nice. It's very comfortable, as you can see.
You have more of these? Because I like this. I feel
I'm going to buy more of this. Yes, this is going to be my new brand.
I like
yeah. So, I mean, Brotherhood Clothing, it's awesome. It's awesome.
That's not a paid partnership.
No, not at all. And he's a motivational speaker. I actually follow him on Instagram.
Okay.
Awesome. Real good guy. Like I said, he started this company from nothing.
Just shirts?
Zero.
Or do they have other stuff?
They have hats, shirts, jeans. They have everything.
Out. Women's stuff too?
I don't know. I never looked.
I'm going to go check
Okay, yeah, it's really...
I always like knowing new stuff in Vegas.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I've been here for so long, I should know everything.
Yeah.
And then especially the people I represent, they'll always ask me good places to go for clothes and this and that. So I'm going to go check it out. And I feel like I have to check things out myself.
And I walked in there. It was really weird. The first time I walked in there to buy a hat, because I walked by a couple times and said, I got to buy one of them hats. I like them Brotherhood hats. I walked in, and doesn't the owner. He said, I'm never here. I just happened to be here today.
That's okay.
Like, it was cool. So I got to meet him. I talked to him for a half hour. We're friends now on Instagram. Instagram. And like I said, he got a big, huge following on Instagram.
That's
so.
cool. Yeah.
I forget his name though. Sorry, next week.
Patrick, we don't know. Patrick brother.
I'm thinking Baker, but I don't think it's. I got ADD. I can't remember
Sure.
names.
You always come out with some cool, crazy
Thank you,
shows,
thank
but that one's cool. I like
Thank
that
you.
a lot. Yeah. So, guys, you know how Danny and I are supposed to talk about crime.
And
2
we get
minutes.
off.
Can we talk about some crime?
Yeah, the one thing that came out with the Idaho case,
Yeah.
and it came out last night. Brian Kohlberger's high school teacher or something like that. When he heard about that, he murdered it, or I could say murder on here.
Allegedly
Murdered these 4
he
college
murdered
kids.
these 4 kids.
You know what he said?
What?
Makes sense. And let me tell you why he said that.
way.
He was involved. They had like some kind of cop class in high school.
Okay.
And Kohlberger was thrown out of the cop class because he was making female students feel uncomfortable. He was actually thrown out of the class.
Wow.
So when they heard about this in his high school, they're like, this makes sense.
Yeah.
This makes sense.
Yeah.
So now that's out there. Now, a lot of people, I did a video this morning, a lot of people are like, could they bring that up in trial? They can't.
No.
They can't bring that up in trial unless it was brought up by the defense somehow.
See, there's so many things that people just brush off and can
Right.
say, and I'm sure they have to label it appropriately.
Right.
That is circumstantial evidence.
Yes.
But these things, from a psychological standpoint, this is what's wrong with the court system. Is this exactly? You just said it. That in itself, for somebody to be doing that, younger in this class, and that's not right. That's not normal human behavior. People don't act that way.
Yeah.
Does that make him a murderer? No, but it adds to the fact that he is a murderer.
Yes.
It adds to it. So it's when they say they can't use anything outside because it's circumstantial evidence, that is evidence. It's depicting the picture of what led him to this.
Yes.
It's not normal human behavior to be that way. I told you I have a lot of the students that I work with, and the kids I represent in my studio, and I've had to get rid of a couple of young men.
Right.
And the young men, it would be, we'd give like a 1-2 chance. So we can't just because someone says an accusation against someone, that's not, because there can always be defamation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's not fair. You have to do a little bit of
Investigation.
research and investigation on that to see what's really going on. But I had literally 3 girls that really did not know each other, weren't come to me and say the same exact thing. He stares at them, and when they ask him, he's literally done things, left girls gifts and stuff,
Right.
like just freaky things.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I'm waiting for something to happen. I did get an order of protection against him for the entire building. So you
Right.
can't come near us, can't come near any of the students. This kid still finds his way to break into all social media, to like pictures, to just antagonize the girls.
That's crazy.
That is someone that's eventually going
That's
to do
crazy.
something. He's
Yes.
going to commit some sort of a murder.
Yeah.
He's going to rape one of these girls. It's going to happen. But the sad thing is the court system doesn't see that until somebody actually does something or
Right.
threatens somebody and they can have it on tape. There's nothing they can do.
There's nothing.
All these things that are circumstantial, they're real.
Yes.
And ladies, be so careful of these things. If someone's making you feel uncomfortable and you just think you're in an environment not to say something, say something.
Yes.
It's okay. We throw these people out and away. I don't want men like that around anybody, especially the youth and myself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I know we have 2 minutes. She's going to put
Oh,
the
it's
sign.
okay. You see her?
Are we just going for a break? Okay,
Okay.
cool.
We
Cool.
have time.
I just want to say one thing on that. Here's the thing with Kohlberger. There's definitely signs that he was... The thing is, what was the motive? So my thing is with this, the signs is he's probably infatuated with one of these girls. Because we really don't know the motive of why he killed these kids.
Right.
There's no motive whatsoever. My guess is it's going to come out that he's infatuated with one of these girls and these other kids were collateral damage. I hate to say it like that. But I think that's what it was. I think he went after one of these girls. He ended up killing all 4 of them.
I agree, but if I take it a step further
Go
and try
ahead.
to break it down and use my psychology here, I'm going to go a little bit further to say if he wasn't infatuated or had an obsession with one of the girls, it was the entire picture for him. He wasn't what they were.
Yes.
He was not what they were.
Yes.
They were students that were popular,
Yes.
that had parties, that he
Yeah.
didn't have that, right? He
No.
wasn't that kind of guy.
No.
These guys had girlfriends. These girls were very good looking. They're cute
Right.
kids.
And he was a heavy kid too, and then he lost weight.
He didn't
And he was an addict to heroin. There's a lot of
Yeah.
things with him.
He wasn't this squeaky clean.
No.
Let's just say it like this, and I don't mean a literal blonde hair, blue eye, but he was they were blonde hair, blue eyed American.
Yes.
And he didn't have that. And
Yeah.
if it's not an obsession to one of the girls or guys.
Or guys, you don't know, it's true.
One of the guys, I think it was just him not being what they are and psychologically not being able to handle that. Might as well get rid of him because it happens a lot when people can't be what they want to be and they see it in somebody else.
Yeah.
There's, especially with mentally ill people, there's so much more than envy. We feel normal envy. So for instance, someone in my age group loses weight and I think, oh, I gotta get to the gym. She looks fantastic. That's great. I'm slightly envious of her. Do I want to go and gut her because she lost weight? No, I'm gonna get my butt to the gym.
Right.
With these people that are so mentally ill, it's like the pictures on Facebook and Instagram, and he's seeing this life. He's seeing these people live happy lives. Why does that guy have this beautiful girlfriend and I don't?
Right.
Why does this kid get good grades and I don't? Slaughter them all.
Right.
That's just my take on it. We'll see. It may never come out. It may come out. But from a psychological standpoint, I think that's kind of where it's at. He just will never be them.
I agree.
And instead of just, saying, okay, I'm me and I'm different, which the world needs to do.
Yeah.
I'm different, I'm me. And to piggyback what you said before, I like how our kids nowadays are open to everything.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Those kids seem like pretty
Yeah.
nice kids. They'd probably
Yeah.
accept him.
They probably would
They
have.
probably would have accepted him.
I agree.
Yeah.
Poor Maria, we talked so much. She said,
I know. She's like shaking. What are they talking about now? But I want to boil this into fashion, which I think is really cool, just because this all makes sense to me. Real quick in fashion, I just want to say something that is super, super cool. Fashion follows itself. I don't know if you know this, but it kind of reinvents every few decades, right? So sometimes you see outfits from the 70s, they'll pop back in the 90s will come back. A lot of the 90s is coming back right now for young people in fashion. This year, 2022, 2023, and upcoming 2024 is going to say, because I follow fashion, the first time in fashion where anything goes. And I think it's the acceptance of that generation. People are still wearing skinny jeans, that's okay. People are wearing bell bottoms and wide legs, that's okay. Do you remember like in the 90s, it was a specific thing?
Yes.
That's what everyone wore.
Yes.
Parents wore mom jeans and parent clothes, and kids wore this, and if you didn't
the
have
elastic band jeans for
Yes.
the moms.
Yes.
Yes, we're all good.
and the kids, if you didn't have the wide Jenko pants hanging on the floor, dirty as can be, looking gross. Remember that?
Listen.
With the
Don, listen, when I grew up, moms by 30 all looked old. Am I right? They would have the B haircuts, they'd have the elastic jeans, and the overgown nightgowns. All of them.
I grew up in New York City, so my aunts and my mom and stuff, they were cool. They were pretty.
Am I right, though?
Yes, but I know what you mean. Nowadays,
Yes.
completely different.
Yeah.
Completely different. Now, most of the moms look better than the kids. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
and listen, I don't want to get us canceled. I don't want to get us canceled. But, like, people talk about hot moms now and this, that.
Yeah.
Back when I grew up, there was no hot moms. Believe me, I wasn't fantasizing about anybody's mom back then. They had these big beehives. They looked like they were 60 when they were 30. Believe me.
I think that was a thing back then, though. When you had kids, you became old. Like you're a mom now.
Yes.
So get it together.
It's
lady.
all over,
Get
yes.
your beehive nice and high. The
Yes.
elastic pants. You're good. But nowadays,
Women they wouldn't wash their hair for like 30 days. They would perm it, put something over, sleep on it. Am I right? I'm telling you, they were beehives. I don't know why I brought this up. But I can tell you this, it wasn't a good look. It definitely was not a good look. I never fantasized about any of my mom's friends. I can tell you that.
he's putting that out there so everybody knows. No, but seriously.
We're getting canceled.
Yeah, I know. I know. We're going to have to
canceled.
find another venue. We'll be all right. We'll figure it out.
All right. We'll take a break.
Oh, do we need a break? Yeah, 2-minute break. We'll be right back. Beehives.
Have you ever dreamed of sharing your views and knowledge with the world? It should be easy, right? Just turn on your phone, talk into the camera, upload to your social media, then sit back and wait to go viral. Unfortunately, it's not that easy. Not only that you need a great message, you also need a video production as well as a quality sound and lighting. If that's not enough, you still need to make sure that video's description, title, and thumbnails are optimized by SEO and search algorithms. What a hassle! Don't worry, Social Media Shows is here to help. With our years of production online experience and professional studio, we can remove all the technical roadblocks out of your way so that you can focus on the message you want to share with the whole world. We have production plans that fit any budget. Visit social media shows today at socialmediashows.com and schedule your free pilot audition today.
The year is 2980, and we now know that death is not the end. A soul can be extracted from the recently deceased and be used to create a blue liquid called essence. It can bring a person back to life.
We'll get her back.
I hope so.
It's an expensive process used by the rich and powerful. The rest, they do what they can to survive.
Stay right there.
You told me you're hiding from some dangerous people.
Let's knock on the door. I spent the last year searching for the Deep Star. A bounty so big that the entire galaxy could be yours.
People have been looking for the Deep Star for years. They can't be found.
It's because they can't find the distress beacon. I know where it is.
If we find the Deep Star, we could get enough credits to bring Mom back.
Blast off.
Guys, we have company.
You can run, but you cannot hide. Prepare for impact. I am now authorized to take action.
And now you die.
No!
Got Films is a full-service production company that provides motion picture quality content and production services for use in the film and TV industry. Looking for a seasoned crew, high-quality equipment, or other production services for your film, TV, commercial, corporate convention, sports, news, or interview project? Your search stops here. Some of our projects include NASCAR, American Restoration, Pawn Stars, Counting Cars, Top Chef, BattleBots, Forge and Fire, and Street Outlaws. We have also produced over 60 feature films and documentaries. We're ready for all your needs. Whatever your project, whatever your budget, big or small, Got Films got you. GotFilms.com.
Welcome back, Vegas Views, Dawn Sullivan, Danny Miner.
We're talking beehives?
Talking So Danny was just mentioning how he never wanted to sleep with any of his mom's friends because they all had beehives by 30, and once they had kids, it was like, and today it's so different. On Commercial, we were actually just talking about how women of all different age groups take better care of themselves these days.
Right.
You don't know how old women are now.
Right. I wasn't sitting on the couch at 16. My mom's friend walked in and said, "Wow, that beehive looks good today. Did you get a perm today?" I never did that. You ever smell that perm of the burnt? They burn their hair into a beehive.
I could see you like this. How you doing, Pearl?
Yeah. Well, you look good today. Mom, your friend's looking hot. She has that beehive. I think, where did that come from? And you know what the worst haircut was? Oh my God. I'm going to tell you, it's the worst haircut ever. Do you remember that Kate +8? Remember her haircut?
Oh my God.
That was the worst haircut ever.
Offend every OG Karen out there.
Oh my God.
With the hair and the thing. It was like the hair, no hair.
Oh my God.
And
listen,
I never had that one.
Listen,
That one I couldn't do. I've always done long hair because I can't do short.
Are you ready for this? You are not going to believe this. That Kate +8, do you remember
Yeah.
them? They lived like 3 blocks from me.
Yeah.
Honest to God, they lived like 3-4 blocks from me. I actually worked with her husband. He actually worked out of the state capitol until they got that show and then he left.
Yeah.
So I actually knew him.
Yeah.
You know, but
Have you seen her?
lately?
Stunning.
Really?
Absolutely gorgeous. That funky hair's gone.
Ugh.
She's in fantastic shape. She took all the Botox. She took all the filler. There's none left for anyone else. But she looks incredible. Yes, Kate and her 8 kids.
Listen.
And he's like nowhere to be found. He ran off with someone and he's nowhere to be found.
Listen, don't cancel me over to BeeHive. I'm just telling you, it was a bad look. I was just thinking. You know,
I have to bring something else up because he
All right.
mentioned cancel. All right,
God.
Kanye, here we go.
Oh, God.
All right, I'm just kidding. All right.
You got to realize, I can't control myself. Whatever comes out of this mouth, I'm going to tell you the truth. I can't
I
control.
know, we only have a 3-second delay. So
All right.
that's what makes me know this is our 3-second
I won't curse, but I'm going to say stuff that you probably
Okay.
don't want to hear.
So, one thing I just had mentions on commercial break. Really, really a shame what happened in Maui.
Yes.
How do you feel about that, Danny?
I
don't know what he's going to say because he hasn't told me.
All right, this is what I'm going to say about Maui.
Okay.
Okay? Republicans and Democrats, what we're doing anymore is we're rooting for our team like they're a football team. Like, I love the Philadelphia Eagles, and if the Philadelphia Eagles do anything wrong, I'm going to stick up for them, even if I know they're wrong. I'm going to stick up for them because that's my team. But this is real life. This is our life. When your party screws up, you got to recognize, you got to say, no, this is wrong, and we're not doing that. We're rooting for our team. Or if we're Republicans, we're rooting for them. We're rooting for Democrats. What is going on is Maui. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat. It's insane. This government is giving families $800 or $700. They lost their houses. They lost everything. And we're giving $40 billion to Ukraine. It's BS. I don't care what anybody says. Sorry.
I 150% agree with you on that.
BS.
It is horrific, the loss of life. It is horrific the way these people have to move forward with nothing.
Yes.
How to rebuild. I can understand a rebuilding process, but not with there's no help. There's none. There's no help.
And could we please, I mean, I don't want to get canceled.
Just say
Listen,
it.
President Biden goes there. He touches the ground, says the ground's hot. Now, what kind of president does that? There's 800 missing kids. And you say the ground's hot? Come on, you got to call him out for this. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican. He made a fool out of himself. He made a fool out of himself in my mouth.
Is there a part of you that thinks that he really doesn't know anymore what's going on?
Yeah. I don't. That's why I don't like calling him out, because I think you're picking on the man.
Yeah.
I don't think he can help it.
Yeah.
I think he is so far gone he can't help it.
Yeah.
And honestly, I blame everybody else. They need to get him out of there.
Absolutely.
The man, he didn't even know Maui was in America. Mm-hmm. He said the United States of America stands with you.
Yeah.
They're part of our country.
Don't make me laugh, Danny.
I mean, I just don't get. But Dawn, you'll have people picking up. You have people sticking up for this guy.
I know.
Call him out. Yes, you hate Donald Trump. I get it.
Do you know?
But this man can't even complete a sentence, and we're sending him places embarrassing the whole country.
Do you know? You just said
Sorry.
the president can't complete a sentence. Danny Martin or Dawn Sullivan. Just kidding. No, I 100% agree with you. I feel sorry for him. I find some empathy in my heart for him because I don't feel as if he knows. I think his wife, Jill, right?
Yes.
She should be like, honey, it's time. Let's reel it in.
Yes.
Because he's going, every time he makes any kind of a speech or announcement.
It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. When people ask him questions, I forgot what I was watching or what it was on because I just lose it sometimes with him. But he was saying something and like a reporter asked him a question. And he just looked at the reporter and goes,
yes.
And leaves, doesn't answer the question. And then we're like, that's more weird than the shit Lady Gaga does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
Lady Gaga is doing some weird shit lately. They're just acting nuts.
We're not rooting for our team, guys. This is where we
Yes.
live. You gotta call it out.
It's
you gotta
humanity.
call it out. Listen, I'm a Republican, but you know what the Republicans tried to do this week? They tried to cancel TikTok. 2 of the Republicans tried to cancel it, and they snuck it in a bill. And guess what I did? I called them out. Just because they're part of my team, I'm gonna call them out. And you got to do that. I mean, we're sitting there looking at a president, and you're telling me he's all there? Come on. I'm not dumb. He's not all there.
No, he's not.
Sorry, you're seeing a different side of me, Don. He's not all there. It's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
I mean, and we got to move on. I'll be honest with you.
What do you think about Pence running?
This is what I think. All right. You're going to give me this politics. You're going to get me canceled. Listen, this is what I think. We need to move on from Donald Trump. We need to move on from President Biden. And we need a guy or girl in there between 40 and 55.
Yes. Age.
Yes.
Huge.
Listen,
Huge.
I'm going to be 55 and I'm almost too old to be president. We need 40 to 55. There is some good people out there. We need younger people.
Absolutely.
We can't have, my buddy said this. His father's 85 or whatever, 90. He says, I love my father to death, but I surely don't want him to be president of the United States of America.
Yeah.
We are electing 80-year-old men to be president of the United States. They don't know what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And that's the truth.
They have zero understanding. Again, back to that generational thing. They have zero understanding of the up-and-comers. They're from 2 different planets. President Biden President Trump, former President Trump, they don't know what's going on with a 24-year-old. They have no clue, no idea. They were not raised in their generation. They don't know their value system is different. Everything's completely different.
Right.
How can someone of that age run someone of this age? It's not possible.
And real quick, I know she's going to give us a minute up there, and it really, really showed during the TikTok hearings.
Okay.
They didn't even know what Wi-Fi was. You know what they said to TikTok? They said, "Do you have to sign on to somebody's Wi-Fi to use TikTok?" And the CEO's like, yeah. Like, these old guys don't even know what the frig Wi-Fi is, and they're running your country, and you're sticking up for them. Quit rooting for your team and root for the United States. That's what you want to do.
United,
yes,
guys. No, I do agree with you 100%. I watch sometimes, and I'm like, that's what's causing so much of the division that we do see.
And if I call that out, I call that out on social media, you're this, you're that, you're this. No, I'm telling you what I'm seeing, and what I'm seeing is a man that can't. He's not there anymore, guys. He's in dream world, and we're all going to get there. But when I get there, I don't want to be president of the United States of America. Okay,
I do think he's a very kind-hearted man. He's a very gentle man. He's not able to run our country, though.
We need to move on from Trump. We need to move on from Biden. Yeah. And that's what's dividing this country. Move on from these two. Yeah. We move on from these two, and we get somebody that can unite this country. And that's what we got to do. And you mentioned Pence. I'll be honest with you, I think Pence is too conservative. Mm-hmm. That's my feeling.
That's going to blow up if...
he's way too conservative. Yeah. So I wouldn't vote for him. Yeah. I like that one guy. I can't think of his name, no. But there is somebody I do like.
Danny Miner for president. Seriously.
I'm sorry, guys. We probably won't be on next week.
If we're not on next week, you know what? Just find us. We're around.
The BeeHive, everything. Yes. That might have got us canceled. I don't know.
I don't know if I'm doing it next week, but I might do a freaking massive BeeHive with all this hair. I'm gonna just like, hey, Danny, what's up? I like my BeeHive, Danny. I'm wearing some elastic pants. Yes.
Like, I honestly don't know, like, how you looked in the mirror with this thing and said, whoa, I look good.
Like, this looks
like,
nice.
I could never, like, you know how they take sexy poses, like, on carpets? Like, could you imagine being in a BeeHive on a sexy carpet? I mean, this has got to be the worst haircut known ever in humanity, is the BeeHive.
And the amount of hairspray, just think about it back then.
They burned their hair. Yeah. And it were hours. They were there for hours. They would go underneath that hair dryer. Remember that thing would come over their hair? Oh, my God.
And that's like these weird curls in it that were stiff and everything is stiff.
Yes. Yeah. I'm telling you, they wouldn't wash their hair. They wouldn't because they couldn't. It was permed. I swear. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm scarred from this.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in on this fantastic Wednesday. We really appreciate you guys, our fans, the ones that love, the ones that hate. Thank you so much. And thank you that you guys accept this platform for Danny and myself to just really let it all out, because I think we're supposed to be talking about crime. Maybe we'll get to that in the next 6 months to a year. Work with us. There's a lot we have to talk about. Guys, again, this brand, what is this?
At the Crime Solver.
No.
Oh, Brotherhood.
Brotherhood, guys. Go check that out.
Yes. I'm going to start wearing these clothing every time I go.
The restaurant. Again, warm welcome, Mark Wahlberg. Hopefully we can, get you on the show. Really, we support you in all your endeavors. I don't know the name of your tequila. I'm so sorry.
I want to ask Mark about the BeeHive. He'll remember. We're about the same age. Me and him are probably about the same age.
You're like a couple of years older. He's 52.
Okay.
You're a couple of years older. He'll remember the BeeHive.
He'll remember the BeeHive.
He's from...
the East Coast, yes!
From the East Coast, so he'll definitely remember this. Okay, guys, Dawn Sullivan _, that's on Instagram. Guys, check me out on TikTok. I don't do much, but you might be seeing me do some stuff.
All right.
I might do a BeeHive look for y'all, so you never know if you see.
She's going to wear a BeeHive next week. You should get like a wig, a BeeHive wig or something.
I can do it with all this. I can make a BeeHive. I'm going to try. I'm going to Google it. I'll do some research. I have hair girls. Nicole Huck does my hair and makeup. I'm going to have her do something. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna come up. If I come up with a BeeHive, do not make fun of me though. I'll be like, okay. He'll be sitting like
you
this.
should get one of them dryers in the back so you put your head under it.
Through the whole episode.
Yes.
That'd be awesome. Okay, now we're seriously just talking shit. Okay, guys. Have a fantastic week. We will see you on Tuesday. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Dawn Sullivan, Danny Miner, No Beds. We talk shit. Come back.